Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pop Art Hunter channel. Today we're going to be looking at a couple posters from my collection. These are interesting posters because they're autograph posters by the entire cast of the various touring productions that they're part of. So, these posters are actually part of the Broadway Cares program. And I didn't know this existed until the first time that I encountered it, which this Aladdin poster, back up so you can see here, pretty cool Broadway poster. I like the design of it. I think it's a great poster, just period. But you add the autographs to it and the story behind it, it makes it even better. And then we have Matilda, and this is the Broadway musical, also a pretty cool poster as well. So Matilda was the first one that I was ever aware of the Broadway Cares program, which essentially they raise money to help families in need in the fight against AIDS and those types of things with, you know, supporting the different family members, treatments, and the different organizations that go along with that. And so I went to see Matilda, and at the end of the show, after the curtain call, everybody usually gets up and leaves, and one of the actors came out and were like, "Oh, hold on, nobody leave yet." And I'm like, "What's going on? Is somebody get hurt? Is there something we're going to get a refund?" And they went ahead and let everybody know about the Broadway Cares program, and then sold off different pieces. So they had autograph pieces. They actually had, in Matilda, there was some props, like some papers that were tore out of a book. They sold that. They also had some other trinkets and tchotchkes. And then they also hold up these buckets. And forgive me if maybe red buckets, maybe orange buckets. There were some buckets, and they would hold those out. And they're kind of famous for that particular bucket and the Broadway actors holding them after the show. And you can make a donation to them. So all the proceeds go to that organization, and then the other organizations and causes they're part of. So again, the posters are really cool. It's signed by the entire cast. So and this is again a touring production that I went to. This was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota in 2017. So you can see the title of the show and then all the little actors, and they all put their little spin on things. You got some that put a little smiley face, and others that just write their first name or something like that. But it's kind of a neat thing for them to do, and a neat way for them to raise funds. Because ultimately sometimes people struggle with making donations. Financially there can be struggles, but then also they're like, I don't know where my money's going or something. This gives someone something in return. Not that that's what you should donate money for. You shouldn't donate so that you get something in return. But for the cast of these shows to put their signatures on a couple things and to have this be something in return, I think you're going to raise more money that way. So this Aladdin poster is also really cool. So you have the Aladdin name itself, but then the fact they have this kind of stylized, stroked out painted genie here is really cool. And, it's kind of the smoke coming up, and it forms that sort of character. It's really a cool poster. Harder to see this one on camera as far as the autographs because they're all in gold. So I'll let it catch the light there. You can kind of see the gold that's in there and all their names and stuff. So this was in Columbus, Ohio in 2018. And so it was kind of weird. The first time I went to it, I was like, wow, that's interesting. I wonder if they do this after every touring production. Because I had been to some touring productions, but I thought, well, maybe this organization's just getting started. And then it was part of that. Well, I was probably been to 4 to 6 Broadway shows in between these two shows that I saw, and they never did it again. And then all of a sudden I was in Ohio, and they're like, oh, stop the show. And I'm like, I've been here before. I know about this. So anyway, I think those are some cool pieces. I have those in my office at work. Just kind of conversation pieces, and also they're kind of neat posters. I also really liked both of those shows, and so it's nice to be able to have a little memorabilia from it, and also have contributed to Broadway Cares so that they can help the people that they help. So tremendous organization, great. Not only do they provide great entertainment, but they also care for their own community and they give back, and that's something that's really huge, I think. So anyway, congratulations to them for all the work that they do, and hopefully they keep on doing that. I wish they did this after every show, to be honest with you. I would buy a poster every single time, tack it on my ticket cost. I don't mind going ahead and paying that. And maybe that's something that they might already do that. I'm not the idea guy, but they should just have that as a checkbox when I'm buying my Broadway tickets. Hey, would you like to give a $10 or $20 or $100 or whatever extra donation as part of your ticket price for Broadway Cares? That'd be pretty easy. It's like rounding up even the rounding up program is rounding up, your dollar or something like that in order for that to go each time somebody buys a ticket. Anyway, cool organization, cool posters. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching the Pop Art Hunter channel, and like, subscribe, comment, all those sorts of things, and we will see you next time.